Hi everybody, welcome to Men's Mental Health. I'm Dr. D. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be meeting with Stu and we're going to be looking at what anger is and the 3 ways that we express anger. So stick around for that. Welcome back to Men's Mental Health. I'm Dr. D and I'm here with Stu. Stu, tell us who you are.
Alright, so I'm Stu. I don't know what else to say about that.
You're in the military. That's pretty awesome. People love that.
I do. If we want to talk about anger and stuff, the military really doesn't go into that very well.
Okay, we want to keep it appropriate. Yeah, we are going to be talking about anger. We're going to be doing kind of like an overview of where anger comes from and the 3 ways that we express it, okay?
Alright.
Anger has 2 primary places that they come from. So fear and control are the 2 big sources of anger. So give us an example that you've had.
One that I can talk about recently, it actually just happened probably about 30 minutes ago. So I've already been
timing, 30 minutes ago.
I've already been having issues with my helmet, the visor on there, the tinted one, the one I prefer to use. It broke right where it holds on to the helmet. Since I swapped them out, it probably was just a stress thing.
What do you mean stress thing?
Just
stress your own stress and ripping it apart?
Stress on the visor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So today I went to go pull the clear one off because I was trying to glue it back together to see if I can fix it myself. Didn't work, but so I went to go pull the clear one off and it snapped in the same way. And in that moment I was just really frustrated, irritated. I got angry about it. And one of the things that I end up doing is just immediately will express my anger, usually with just a spout of profanity.
Okay. All right. So a bunch of FUs at the visor.
Yeah.
That'll teach it.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. So would that be fear-based or control-based?
I'd say that's more of control-based.
Yeah, I agree.
At no point was I actually afraid of anything. I was just upset of the fact that it broke. There was nothing I could do about it. There was no way of fixing it.
Okay. How about a fear-based one?
While I'm driving on the highway, here in California, we can split lanes. So
absolutely legal.
Yeah.
Encouraged.
Yeah, definitely. There's a safe way to do it. Even if you're trying to do it safely, you have other vehicles that just don't pay attention. So there's a lot of times where I get cut off. In one of the instances, it actually started off, I was afraid before I got angry. So I saw the situation happening. I always stay in control till afterwards. Usually it's after the situation when I get angry. But I was in the middle of splitting lanes. I saw the vehicle start to move over, and then I see its blinker going. But at this point, I didn't have time to stop.
Yeah.
What ended up happening is, as I was trying to slow down as much as I could, my peg actually scraped their front bumper. I didn't lose control of the vehicle or anything like that. I was not even thrown off balance or anything. It was just a slight touch.
But it's scary.
Yeah. So in that moment, I was scared. And then immediately after, I just got angry at the fact that it's how is it always every day trying to split lanes? I deal with people who just
not paying attention. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. And then, so from that fear of how this can cause an accident, cause the injury to yourself, comes the anger in response. Okay. All right. And those are great examples. I love that. That totally fits with those 2 primary sources, the fear and the control. Now, there are 3 ways to express the anger. Okay. The first one is actually a really healthy way, which is where if you're angry at a partner, you have a conversation, you talk it out, you do something like exercise, something to release those chemicals and stuff from the physiological perspective. And I'll have another video on that. Then the other 2, one is called direct and the other is called indirect. So direct would be where we start lashing out. So we start cursing at the visor. That's a lashing out kind of thing.
I tried talking to them. Didn't want to listen.
Didn't want to listen. Yeah, just say it one more time. I know they're going to listen. So the lashing out, yelling, cursing, throwing things, hitting things, breaking things, all the way on up to murder, right? That is still a direct expression of anger. And then the other one, the indirect, that would be passive aggressive. You hurt my feelings, so I'm just not going to talk to you. I'll start stonewalling. I'm just not going to talk to you for 3 days. That's a passive aggressive response. Or you did something to me, so I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to retaliate. I'm not going to talk about what's bothering me. I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to do your laundry. I'm going to do all your white clothes. I'm going to toss a bright red sock in there and turn everything pink. That'll teach you. That's the passive aggressive style. Any questions that you have on that?
Yeah, so talking about the two different methods, what about just internalizing the situation, just rethinking about it, just going over what happened? And it's like with the visor, that's what happened afterward. Like,
yeah,
I lashed out with the profanity,
Yep.
and then immediately afterwards I just thought the situation through, and I was just like, there's nothing I can do about it. I've already been considering getting a new helmet anyways.
Yep.
And
Man,
so I calmed down.
High five. I'm so glad you asked that. Totally. This is not scripted. Believe me, it's not scripted. So I have another video called Mastering Emotions, which is about the think, feel, do cycle. Okay? And that's exactly what you're describing. So you have a situation where the visor breaks on both your helmets, and the thoughts, whatever those thoughts might be, this thing is messing up, now I can't ride my bike, I gotta get a new helmet, this is ruining my day, it's wasting my time, it's wasting my money, now I'm getting angry, and then I curse at the visors. Think, feel, do. And then you said afterwards, you start looking at it from a different perspective, the thoughts are changing to healthier thoughts. And from those healthier thoughts, the mood, the feeling becomes more relaxed, becomes more like, okay, well, I know I got to go get a new helmet. I'm concerned about it because I got to take care of that before I can get to work. I got to make sure that it's interfering, whatever interference it brings to my budget, I got to take care of that. And then the do part would be like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a new helmet. So it goes from exactly what you were asking about. It goes from that anger cycle in the think, feel, do cycle to a more healthy response in that whole think, feel, do cycle. And it all starts by changing your thoughts. Any others?
No, that's it.
Yeah, good luck topping that question. That was a good one. All right, so what did we do today?
We talked about our different types of anger. So the fear anger or the loss of control anger. Like in my two situations of dealing with a visor or dealing with other drivers who just aren't paying attention. And then we also went in a little bit on some of the responses. And again, with internalizing it, just going through feelings and just thinking about how you're feeling in those situations so that you can get a better understanding of...
Right, that's the healthy expression. Do you remember the indirect and direct?
So the indirect would be doing something to get back at somebody.
Yeah. Or
the direct one would just be like lashing out in ways of verbal, physical, stuff like that.
You nailed it. All right, absolute bullseye. All right, thank you, Stu, and thank you, everybody, for joining us. I look forward to seeing you again. This is Men's Mental Health, and I'm Dr. D. All right, so thank you for joining me today, and I appreciate you taking the time. If you like this, please hit subscribe, like, and if you have ideas of things you want to hear about in the future, please let me know. One thing, keep in mind, this is not therapy itself. These are tools, techniques that therapists often use, and if you find that you need some help, you're struggling with some things, check in the description of steps to do, because if you need therapy, help is out there.